I wonder if they see the sparkle in your eyes. I wonder if they know that I'm not your guy. I wonder if they see that you don't belong to me. Wish that you could be mine.
All right, we are back. Another episode of Therapy Without a Degree. Chapter,
That's right.
Is it 189? Is it 189 or 190? I'm going to find out right now. It's actually 190.
Oh.
Yes, we're getting close to that
Awesome.
200. Let's go.
Damn.
So, not across from me, but across from me virtually. Well, no, this way.
Hello. Hey.
What's up, Nat?
Natalie over here. Not man, enjoying this. Not enjoying the cold, but making the best out of the days because what you gonna do? We live in New Jersey, yo.
Ideally, where would you want to live? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
No, you haven't, but that's okay because I don't even think about it. I just want to be where my family is, to be honest with you. As long as I have like family close to me, I could probably go anywhere except for like the deep south.
If you had enough money to bring the family that you want to bring, if you had enough money to do that, where would you move to?
Damn.
Like to bring
that sounds crazy.
Whoever you would want.
Fuck. Damn, that's hard. I would probably
I just leave it home. You feel me? Till I get home.
It's okay.
What up, June? He don't hear me, but what up?
Yeah. Joe said, "What's up?" Hold on, I got you right now.
Oh, man,
Hold on, there you go. The video stopped.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. You're hilarious. That's so funny. Censor.
I didn't even see that. I saw your background.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Awesome. So, I don't know. Like, I honestly, take me to Canada or somewhere like that. But the only thing is, it's freezing up there. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. And I don't really like the cold. But if I had to pick like somewhere in the United States or maybe off the islands, I would probably go to Puerto Rico. If I could bring my whole family with me, I'd live in Puerto Rico.
Okay,
yeah, I would
that's
live
dope.
out there. Yeah, because you know what? Besides the government stuff that's going on there, the people are my favorite. It always feels at home.
The culture.
You know, I would have my grandparents. Yeah, I would have my grandparents there already. You know, and just so many other things. But yeah, that's an ideal retirement situation for me. I would love to live there.
So let's make it happen.
If one day, right? I would love to.
Nah, not one day. In the future, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, yo.
Yes, it will.
So what you been doing now? You've been working a lot?
Yes, I have been. I'm thankful that I've been working out. We just did a piercing special this weekend, actually on Valentine's Day. And it worked out wonderfully. I made a post and people just booked up. We were booked solid the day after we made the post.
Peace.
So it worked out. Yeah, it worked out perfectly. It turned out to be really great. And we got a lot of new clients from that. But I was busy all day on Valentine's Day. And I'm not going to complain because you know what? Like, I made money.
Hey, look at
you
that.
You know what I'm saying? And then I have today off. So it just worked out perfect for me.
I got to pull up my my soundboard over here. Even though the soundboard, it doesn't do that good on Zoom. It doesn't do that good on Zoom, but fuck it. I'll still have it.
It's okay.
What have I been up to?
It's okay.
Yes. Trying to think. What have I been doing? Oh, there we go. Got some air horns. I've just been working, doing some websites for people, trying to do different promos, videos. Been working on the YouTube, you know, trying to do different edits and stuff. Working a lot with Val. Val has been really, really consistent.
Yeah, she's awesome. I see her stuff all the time.
Yeah, she's hustling out here. She's definitely putting in the effort that needs to be. So I'll give her a shout out. She's hustling out here.
Oh, Val.
Yes. Now this week's topic is actually brought to you guys by me and my weird thoughts.
No, you're not weird. Let's do this.
Nah. So, do you ever think, like, obviously we all think about death, right? But do you ever think of, like, let's just say you're driving and then you get into an accident somewhere, and like no one will ever, like, how long do you think it would take for someone to, like, for your loved ones to find you? Or do you ever fear that or something like that happening to you? Have that ever went in your mind?
Yeah, actually, it's more frequent than I think normal people. Like, it's like obsessive sometimes, but that's why they call it obsessive compulsive disorder. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, I think that maybe other people, when they hear this, they'll understand when I say that if you do have something like that, like where you might obsess over certain thoughts, and particularly thoughts about like death, dying, disease, they tend to go in the same categories. It's weird, it's intrusive almost. You might be, like you said, like you might be driving and then you have this kind of thought, because in reality, I mean, look at what happened, recently in Texas, that 100-car pileup, nothing that somebody could have predicted.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying, and it could happen to any one of us. But I think that those kind of things too are a bit normal,
of course,
to think about.
Now, with you, like, what are the things that you maybe think? Do you think of something like happening on your way to work, going to work, or like, do you think it's in your home? Like, what are the things that you think about when you think about that?
That's really interesting. I think actually the further I get from home, that it becomes more intrusive, perhaps. And I think that just has to do with associating home with safety, right? And let's say being further out with being like less safe, or perhaps less likely to get help that you might need. That's kind of how I guess I associate certain things. So yeah, I mean, for example, I'll give you an example. Driving and it's raining, and you think, oh man, like if I swerve off to the side, hit the rail, go into the water, what do I do? And it's like, why do I have to think about preparing for this kind of stuff? And it seems so silly, right? And we just kind of like shrug it off, but I think it's normal.
Yeah, I definitely think it is normal. So it's like, that's one thing too, like when I'm bringing it up, it's not that I don't think it's normal, I just think it's one of those things that, like, I think a lot of us go through.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about it, or we don't even kind of like dig deeper, because I've digged deeper with it, and that's where I'm gonna lead this to. But even with myself, it's like, it's not more of like a thing that I think about extremely often, but I do think about it here and there, especially when I do lift.
Yes.
Like, how it is. Like, I do the shit late night, 3 a.m, 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's when it's nuts out.
Yeah, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be in areas that, like I work all over, and it's like sometimes you just never know, no matter where you are. So it's just like, you just think about it. You're like, damn, okay, what if right now, like right this second, I got fucking carjacked, everything taken away, and I was just left here. No phone, no money.
Nothing. Stuck ass.
What do? You got to walk home? Or like walk to, like, you don't even think about, oh, maybe I got to go to the police station. I got to find a nearest police station. Like, where sometimes we don't even think about those scenarios, Yeah. Like, because those are possibilities, and it happened to people all the fucking time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or it's like also, and then when I think about that, then I think about the whole like death part. Then it's like, okay, well, what if I got killed?
Yeah.
What if I got killed? How long, or am I prepared that my loved ones would find out?
Yeah.
Like I real quick think Jaylene and like Zane.
Yeah.
And like,
right?
obviously, you and my loved ones and my people, my friends, but
no, it's true.
I think about Jaylene, like, I'm like, damn, how long would it take for her to find out?
Yeah.
And it's just crazy, because it's like, you're a parent, like, like how long would it take? Or how long would it take for June to find out? And it's fucked
No, it's
up.
true.
It's just a fucked up thing, but it's so true. It's like, it's crazy. Cause yeah, we have all this technology and we have everything, but I don't even watch TV like that, but they have all these Criminal Mind episodes and all this different type of stuff like that. When you see this is a real thing, and it is a real thing, obviously.
Yeah,
But sometimes we don't really put ourselves in those shoes.
for sure. For sure. And I mean, I think it's horrifying though, to have to put yourself in those shoes. I mean, it's like, I mean, that's the reality of it. It's like, it's so final, right? And there's so much left to be done, that I think that our mind maybe takes us there to, I don't know, perhaps compensate for trying to figure out how to deal with the situation when there's just nothing that we would be able to do or prepare for that.
Yeah.
Or
at least a little bit. I mean, because then when I think about that, because there's so many different things, like, thank God that like even living, like, I live alone, and there's a lot of people that live alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, like, how long, if you die in your sleep, how long would it take?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God I have people, we're on social media.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So people would be like, oh, well, he hasn't posted.
Yeah.
Things like that. But it's like, it's just a thing that we have to think of, because you just never know,
Yeah.
And it's like, who would want that to happen like that? Like, obviously we could always prepare, and we're never going to prepare enough.
Yes.
But it's just things to think about. And then I was like, okay, well, how can we do things to at least help these thoughts and help these situations, right? And I don't, like I said, I don't think they're not healthy thoughts, but it's like, okay,
yeah,
back in the day, what I used to do is when I lived with Jaylene and all that, we used to always track each other all the time. We'd have everyone tracked on the app, and we had an app for it. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's something dope for people to do, like for the person that they would want. Like, let's just say, Zane always has my location.
Yeah.
Or you and whoever, like you and your mom.
Yeah.
Like certain things like that, I think we should almost like, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. I think that should be almost a little bit more normalized because of those situations.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely see it as something that is definitely much more acceptable to do with children as well. Like, and even older folks, especially I think when we're dealing with maybe, people who might be disabled, or people who might be a little bit older, that might be going through dementia or something like that, where they might have a tendency to wander off. I think that's definitely something that should be normalized. But I think that in those cases, it is something that's like, no, this has to be an option, because this is the safer option than as opposed to not having it. I know that there's some watches for children that are like two-way. It only goes from the parent to the child, where they can make phone calls. The parent could track the watch, and it doesn't look like a phone at all. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's through a private network. And I can definitely see this being something that could be done, through just regular mutual friendships. Like you said, people that live alone, people that are our age, that might just live alone, or maybe they don't have family nearby.
I just think it should be normalized. Like, like you said, it's very known for kids and the old folks, but it's like the everyday person, like shit could happen, and it happens.
Yeah.
And for stuff like that,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, people definitely, because I've been in the cell phone industry, people try using these trackers and things for other reasons.
For sure.
Now,
of course.
But there has to be people in our lives that we have some serious trust for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to do it a lot with one of my really good friends. We didn't do it all the time, but if I was just going somewhere that like maybe I wasn't too familiar with or whatever, like I would throw the location on and he would just have it just in case, or like he would do it vice versa with me. And I just think, it's something you do here and there, but it's like,
yes,
I think we should just, or at least have some type of systems in play. Everyone can have a different system.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring it to people's attention, just to them to think about, like, yo, you're right. Like, who knows? You can go jogging down the block and you can get snatched up, or you could fall into a ditch. Like who fucking knows, yo? Like, this shit is real
That's
shit
true.
that happens. Like,
Absolutely.
and it's like, if God forbid, I mean, it's not going to help the situation. I mean, it might, but at least it prevents, or people could just see where you are, whatever. I just think it's like we have the technology for it,
For
at
sure.
least, to a point, and then it's like, all right, we might as well use it and take advantage of it. I mean,
yeah, I think that especially in what you're referring to is like sort of those interpersonal relationships, as opposed to very large swaths and like having like a lot of people's information. I love the idea of being able to communicate with somebody those needs and saying, hey, you know what, like, I'm not comfortable, or maybe, I'm going somewhere new, here's my location, and just in case something happens to me, but the sort of buddy system that you're kind of referring to, I definitely like that. And I like that in the regards to, like I said, like with the smaller systems, more of a community style thing, because it is important, even, I mean, to some extent, just being able to help somebody out in that way, that little bit of peace of mind there, very important.
Yeah, just a peace of mind, just because, you never know. And obviously, I'm not talking in the grand scheme of things where everyone needs everyone's location.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, we're not even thinking.
No.
It's just on a smaller scale, on a person to person, on someone you trust, someone you love, just because you just never fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one side of it. And then another thing as well, too, is that, we've all gotten very, very accustomed to having our phones.
Yeah.
Right? That it's like, okay, let's just say something like that does happen. Do we remember how the old school back in the day? I don't know if you remember. It was like, at least the parents used to say, or people used to be like, okay, well, put your information in a wallet. Put like a little emergency card or something in a wallet. Yeah. I think that's like it. People always said it back in the day, but then it was like people stopped talking about that shit.
Yeah,
once we became adults and having phones and shit.
Yeah, because in a way, I feel like people cling to this for safety. You get what I'm saying? Like, all our information everything's in here. I think even to a certain extent, people assume they're already being tracked with their phones. So they just like, fuck it, they'll track my phone. Shit hits the fan, fuck it, they'll track my phone. And the truth is that might not necessarily always be the case, depending on what kind of permissions you have on your phone. Because I'm paranoid. I turn all the permissions off.
Yeah.
I can't track my phone. But I'm sure that if I allowed somebody else to, you could definitely do something personal in that regards, because there's plenty of apps for it. But I just have such a concern for those apps that might leak people's information. That, I think, is my biggest concern when it comes to any kind of like surveillance in that respect. Any type of like location monitoring is this idea that it could potentially be abused. You get what I'm saying? Which is why I do enjoy the
Hold on, now we got the guest calling. We got the homies.
Oh, okay, cool.
Maybe he's outside. All right, we are back. We had a guest join me. I just pop up here magically. What's up, sir?
My guy.
What's going on, man?
Feeling good, man. It's a little nasty outside, but we still made it.
Yeah,
we had to make it.
You made it through, man.
Where
you come from? You come out from the city, right?
From the Bronx, yeah. We come from the Bronx. We had like 32 minutes. Come from the Bronx by Dyer Avenue, by the 5 train.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Word. So we were here kicking it. We were talking about. You want to let them know a little bit what we were getting into?
You can go ahead, sir.
All right. So
got this.
So we were talking about like how you ever like you be out and about somewhere, and or like you're home and you're just like, yo,
yeah,
what if you pass away, or what if something happens to you, and your loved ones would never even really know about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say you out and about somewhere, and let's just say you get either, hijacked, you get robbed, everything, your phone, you got no money, no nothing, and then it's like, people are gonna be looking like, where is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna know. Or even if God forbid something happens to you and you pass away, you get into a car accident, right?
Oh, okay, like nobody knows what happened.
Yeah, you ever think about that? Does there anything happen like you feel like
I got anxiety. I'm always thinking about shit like that. I be thinking about some crazy shit like that
Me
sometimes.
too.
I got anxiety and shit. That ass.
so like what anything specific that you think
Like, I don't be thinking about that shit no more. But I remember always thinking like, damn, like what if something happened like to you? When something happens, when something do happen to you, and like let's say nobody around, or somebody trying to call your phone, or you just out there, like obviously people gonna see you, probably the ambulance, police come, but it's just like that whole process. Like I don't think about it now, but I used to think like, damn, that's some scary shit. Like and then your family. Or sometimes you might think about your parents out there. 'Cause you see parents getting like hit and runs. Like even Nicki Minaj's father, God bless the guy, hit and run accident yesterday. So you kind of think about stuff like that. Like, damn, like what if something happened to Mama Love right now? And my mom, she can't. My mom is like hard of hearing. So I even be thinking even like the worst. She don't be going out like that no more. But I used to always be scared my mom go out like, damn, what if something happened to Ma? Like this, like I think scary shit like that. But yeah, that's like personal. But yeah,
no, of course.
That shit's serious though.
And that's the stuff what we were talking about. You know, typically we were saying like a lot of times we think about it when it comes to kids, or we think about it when it comes to older people. But I was just basically saying I think we should normalize it a little bit more to even like people like our age. You know, because you never know. Like I was talking, like you could be jogging down the block and you could just fall in a ditch or something. It's like,
yeah, that's crazy.
You just never know, and then it makes you think, and you're like, damn, like,
that's a crazy shit.
What if, you know what I'm saying? Like we always think, okay, everyone, you know, we think of our cell phones and all that, but like, what if there's no phone? How are you going to get in contact with the world? Or if you pass, how long until they find you?
That's some scary shit.
You know, like, or if you live alone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you live, especially
if you live alone, like if you pass away in your sleep.
Who's the call?
No, if you pass away in your sleep, it's
it's like
when are they going to find you? They're dead.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. Wait, why I was talking about this?
We talk about deep shit on this podcast.
God damn, I just walked. Yo, this shit is crazy.
Nah, this therapy without a degree.
It's called the slippery slope.
Yo, that's extreme. Though,
yeah,
literally, Natalie. Literally, Natalie, the slippery slope.
Yo.
Yeah, we call it the slippery slope because one shit leads to another, and then before you know it, you're rolling downhill.
I got me over here feeling all. I'm thinking about marriage. I'm like, God damn. That's real shit.
But you know what? To segue it into something that's, you know, positive and just to yeah, for sure. Just to kind of, I guess, because, you know, I think it's a normal thought. We kind of went back and forth, right? Like, is this something that's normal or is it not really? And I think it's only not normal when it starts to detriment your everyday existence. Like when, when you're so scared that you can't leave the house, that's when, you know, you need help. But I think to a certain extent, like if you're still able to go about your business and do the things that are most important to you and still find joy, that's such it's such a human thing, I think, to think about those things. But I'm curious to know how, you know, you had like just real briefly, you know, mentioned that you have like, you know, sometimes you get anxious and things like that. Do you feel like those thoughts or perhaps those thoughts that we have potentially, you know, when we're gone, influence what you would ideally want to be your legacy, you know, when it is time for us to go, the things that your family or your friends will hold up on a pedestal and be like, oh yeah, you know, he did this and he did it really well. So yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. What do you think about that? Do you feel like, you know, it's basically like you said, like creating that legacy and having your family and your loved ones as something to look back on, you know?
Yeah. So you're asking how I feel about, because my bad. How I feel about creating a legacy. Like,
yeah. Like, do you think about that? Do you ever try to create things? Because, you know, you're a creator. Yeah,
that most definitely. Yeah. I think as far as legacy goes, I think about legacy like all the time. Like that's all I'm thinking about is legacy. Like now it's like crazy. I'm 23, but I just be thinking about legacy. Like, yo, I really be thinking, because I be thinking, just to even go deeper on this topic, I had a brownie. I had half a brownie, and I was smacked for like 2 days straight. And I had like an episode. I kept thinking about death. Like, yo, just what happens after you die? Like, is it a heaven or hell? Do you become like a butterfly, or are you just really gone forever? and
Mm-hmm.
ever for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So that shit had me bugged out like for fucking weeks. Like I really couldn't shake that shit. And that was like still during Corona year. So all I see was like RP every day. So it was making it worse for me. I was like, damn, like, yo,
For
I ain't gonna lie, like talking to y'all right now, I could honestly say last year from when Corona started in March, I really just every day was like, yo, I ain't know what to expect every day. Like I just didn't know if I'm gonna be right here today. No cap. I was just like every day I see RP or I see somebody losing their mom, their father, their uncle. My mom is in the house, thank God. My brother, my pops, I don't rock with my pops like that to be honest, but he in the crib, thank God. Because some people don't got their father.
Yeah,
so it's like I just ain't know what my situation would be. And no matter what in life, whatever your cards is, you gotta just deal with them until you out of cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So it's like you think about that type of stuff, like when you're creating, like when you're creating your work, do you ever think about like, damn, like, one day when you're not here no more, they're going to be able to look back. And it's dope as a creator, that they're going to be able to look back and see all the work that you've done. Yeah. And it lives beyond you.
Yeah, I be thinking about that. When I go on YouTube and like, I just go to my channel and I just see stuff. When I go like In the Loop TV, like the channel, like we don't ever got like, we probably got like 220 subs. We ain't been taking it real serious, but we gonna get back on track taking it serious. But just to have stuff documented that people could go back and look at, that's what it's all about, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be watching stuff from people that's gone. And it's like, in a way, that's keeping them alive still. So like one day, hopefully somebody go tap into something I was a part of or created. And if I'm not here, whatever, or if I'm here, whatever. But if I'm not here and they watching it, obviously that's dope because
draw inspiration.
I'm still going on. The marathon continues.
1,000%. Even this conversation right now is like, yo, someone in 50, 60 years probably could watch this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Family members and things like that. Like, that's what
it's like a living time capsule.
That shit is fire, but it's scary. But that's
fire. And I think a lot of times people, when they're creating, sometimes don't think about that. The beauty in it. Or even also, I think when you do think about it, it helps you create a little bit better, or it gives you a little bit more intention to what you're going to create, what you're going to work on. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when we do this pod, it's like these topics are good because it's like, yo, like, you have Mello. When Mello's like in her 20s and 30s, she could be listening to this as therapy.
Oh, for sure.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
And just to be like, yo, like, wow, these were my mom's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Or like, even when you're older, like, whenever, even if, like I said, you're still here or you're not here, it doesn't matter. It's just like they could just be wherever they are and hear your thoughts and your perspective.
We got to document this stuff, bro. Like, we here, but we got to make sure, like, we got to be doing stuff like this. Like, you got to put that, we got to, you know what I mean? Cement that joint. So.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And in a way, no, for sure. And in a way, it allows you to document your evolution as a creator as well. This ability to be able to really like look back in retrospect, like really with true hindsight, to look back at videos of yourself, or in your case being that, you're double dual, you do photography and videography. You have the ability to look back at both of those mediums and really see your growth. So I'm curious to know, like, what are some of your favorite clients or some of your favorite projects to work on and really sink your teeth into?
So that's the thing. First I started with the podcast, In the Loop, the podcast. We did about 6 episodes, and then and we just had visual presentation. Like, we didn't even have like the audio on like SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. We just literally had the visual, because I was watching Drink Champs with Nori like every day straight. And I was like, I just want to just get lit, have some bottles, we smoking, and just keep it real. I ain't think like I want to get, I was just thinking of just having fun and documenting it. That's it. Boom. And then in that mist, because I got the camera to do just that. And then people started saying, yo, take pictures. And then it was like, all right, shot by stacks. I started taking pictures. And then it was like, do videos. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do videos too. So I didn't want to box myself in. But what I like the most, to answer the question is, I think now I like the most to doing videos, but I think I might get back to liking doing podcasts more. Like I never really had no setup like this with a microphone right in front, but I like this shit. Like this shit fire with the thing, everything in the back is a vibe. So it's like I do want to get back in that element, because that's why I picked the camera up. But now I just like directing the video, say, oh, we doing this angle, we doing that angle, then the editing process, then when somebody loves it, it's like, oh my God, I just did that, and it's gonna live on like we was talking about. So that to answer the question,
yeah. Absolutely.
With videos right
now.
now.
I love that. And I love too that you talk a little bit about that process. You know, you also are the one that edits everything as well and puts everything together cinematically, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And that's another thing, you know, that's something to be incredibly proud of too, because it's like this is something extra that you do on top of that. So to be able to see that end result, that's like really the magic of everything is, you know, you're making something that's 3 minutes long, but it takes hours and hours and hours to create.
Yo, they don't know,
and that's the value.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the value, you know, like people consume the 3-4 minute product, but they don't necessarily understand the hours of work that get put into it.
Hearing that shit over and over, watching that shit over and over, literally losing your mind. Like watching that shit, did this miss this? Oh my God. And then you have so much clips, especially with videos. You got to get the best parts in there. We got a lot of stuff that not even 90, I want to say, mad of it is not making the cut, more of the story. A lot of that stuff is not going to make the cut, but we just have so much clips just because we want to make sure we got what we need. But a lot of stuff don't make it, especially when it's 2-minute song, 3-minute song. Like it's really, you got to lock in. The artist might be like, how come you ain't put that part? It might be like, yeah, it was ass. It's like it was not. It was trash. Your energy wasn't even up that part. Like you had part enough with enough. And just certain stuff they weren't really. I don't know unless they do it themselves.
Yeah, no, and people don't realize, a 2-3 minute video takes forever. Like even this pod we do 1 hour to 2 hours. That 1 to 2 hours takes. Like just to promote, to edit, to upload. That shit's like a fucking 7-hour process. When you really, take in consideration all the sharing it and all that type of stuff, it's like, that shit is work. Plus the time to thing up to record.
Since you like, I know you do a lot of music videos and stuff. I know you appreciate the music. Maybe you appreciate this. We just got this in the mail. Hold on, let me turn off my thing so y'all could see it. Backgrounds and filters.
She's doing a virtual background.
Yeah, this is the Dreamville album that just dropped recently. Is the Spillington, and look at this, yo.
Oh, that's fire.
Oh, that's the vinyl.
The vinyl, and they made exclusive editions, like limited editions, like this. Sick.
That's fire. When did the album drop? You said Dreamville. That's J. Cole, and I'm correct.
Yeah. This is damn. I pre-ordered this a couple months ago. This is gonna be like 3.5 months ago, and we just got it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. The album came out 3 months ago. Oh, okay.
But it's awesome.
Well, no, I got tapped, man. I ain't even really up. I know Dreamville. I just know they rap, man. They can rap. I know. Yeah. I know. I gotta get more into.
We're good. We're back now.
We're recording, right?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
So with that said,
that's covering us.
Are there what are like some of your favorite when you have the opportunity to kind of listen to your own music and kind of catch your own vibe and kind of create in that space? What do you like to listen to, or what are your like top 5 artists that inspire you like that?
Good cups. You good. Who I like to listen to, like when I'm in the process, or just period. When you are creating, I think for you personally, as opposed to creating for somebody else and kind of trying to fill in the blanks. No, for yourself. So when you're creating for yourself, what are some of your favorite artists to listen to and create to that inspire you? I'm trying to think. I'll be listening to like a lot of people, like a little Dirk and them. But it's like if she's saying, because when I'm listening to an artist that I'm doing a video for, right, I'm obviously listening to them, correct? So I'm listening to their song.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
When I'm not doing a music video, like when I'm just like creating maybe a podcast, or when I'm doing like some, because I'm trying to think now. Because I ain't gonna lie, lately or a vlog, but lately it's been like so much of me doing vlogs for artists or doing like a video,
Word.
a video. So I gotta like listen to their music most of the time. But if I'm just in my like creating something for myself or something, I'll be listening to a lot of different artists like Lil Durk, Future, Meek Mill. It's like I don't like know if I be listening to them for inspiration or if I just be listening to vibe and they be motivating me. It's not like I'm like, yo, like somebody might be, I put on some J. Cole or something. I don't know. I never really like, you know what I mean?
He's like, I just put it on. I just jam.
I just be vibing. Like, is it somebody you listen to like when you in that creative mode? Like you gotta throw some like that particular artist or these type of songs on?
For me, I feel like the line is blurred, to be honest with you. When you put it like that, I feel like the line is blurred because if I'm vibing to the music, if I'm enjoying myself, if I'm creating and kind of feeling that joy in the midst of it, the music is a part of it. It's a combination of, you know, that and being inspired. I love me some good reggaeton music, dance music, Spanish dance music.
When you do your drawings, what do you be listening to? Because you be working on some fire lately.
Anything like that.
Okay, that she said that reggaeton vibe, Spanish, those type of vibes. That's what she said. She listened to it in the process.
Hold on, Nat, you're freezing up a bit.
That shit's like cool right here though.
I don't know if we lost Nat.
Connection?
Maybe.
Probably gotta
wait. Oh, she's back. We got your mic. Your mic is muted though.
Nah, the background shit is too cool. I'm not being on Zoom on my phone, so I was changing the background, but just the way her joint look like this, like.
Leave it. Yeah, I love the flowers.
Yeah, you can you can switch it up to like whatever I think photo you want.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I love reggaeton music. I love hip hop music. I like old school jazz. So I'll give you like an example. Like I love Earth Gang. Boss right now like is my favorite. So like Boss did Milky Way last summer. It was last summer, I believe. Milky Way. That Boss.
Boss with a V?
B-A-S. Boss. I love his music. I definitely listened to that for inspiration. Maryland's was amazing. I listened to that. Any album that I love, I'll get it on vinyl because why not? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah, you need it on the vinyl.
Because why not?
I've been listening to my
Nina
Ray.
Simone. Yeah, Nina Simone. So I feel like those are, you know, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to show the camera. Shout out to Nat. She gifted me the Rage album in vinyl.
Okay, that's what y'all be on that vinyl shit.
Yo,
not
this
nice.
Is sick.
Just for collector stuff, you know.
Yeah,
just for like
that's what they call vinyls.
Yeah,
I really did. I don't be in the loop.
Yeah, them shit's fire though.
No, it's all good.
But the sound quality is fucking amazing on those.
It's a different experience, I think, too.
You could definitely tell the difference, I think.
Yeah, that's fire though.
I challenge all of our listeners to go get a record player and buy yourself a vinyl.
Okay, that's the process.
Okay, baby.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
not nice. He's saying, yeah. Fever saying, of course, he's a DJ, so he's saying,
yeah, he's like, yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's the way.
All right, so what's the best way to clean the vinyls?
Fever.
What's the best way to clean the vinyls?
Just get like even a napkin.
What? Yeah.
Very delicate.
Okay.
Because you wipe with just the dust. Dust over it.
Yeah, because it's like I never know what to put on it, what you can put on it, what you can't. Because they collect dust mad easy, right?
That's all you need, just something an old t-shirt.
And it doesn't scratch it up.
DJ Fever Ball.
Yeah, and that's why you put them away when you're done.
Dropping gems.
DJ Fever Ball. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. but yeah, so I just wanted to have the listeners just take away with those things is that like when you are creating, like you said, when you're creating your work or anyone's creating, try now, like if you don't already do it, think about being a little bit more intentional with certain pieces that can really, really help your loved ones look at later on. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I was like, okay, well, I think I want to start doing more videos like directed literally to Jaylene or to like, you know, future, you know, other children or whatever. Cause it's like, yo, you never know. Like one day when we're not here, they might need those messages and it could really, really help. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's a private thing, even if it's private videos, like a private playlist on YouTube that like only like y'all know the link to, but like, God forbid when I go, y'all can share that to Jay. Like I might create that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like a book or like a journal, like something you can create to give to your children.
Wait,
your
how do
loved
these
ones.
work? Do this Zoom thing, right? This is gonna go on YouTube. How does this work?
Yeah, yes. Well, this is gonna go on Zoom, but I have to edit this, and it's a whole editing process.
Like you save it from Zoom, and then you.
Well, what I do is, you see this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna replace
And the audio too.
that with that. So that camera footage, I'm gonna put over here.
Okay. Okay, that camera got us right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that footage on here,
and
then I make a layout on the top and the bottom.
All right, bet. As long as it's going up there, I need, like we talking about documenting. You never know. The folks, they might need this one day. As long as YouTube going, we going.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's my vibe.
They definitely gonna need to hear it, yo. So
I ain't worried about it. As
you
long
know,
as we living right now, bro, and we doing something right now, we gonna live on.
Oh hell yeah, definitely. But I think it was something I was thinking about, and it was dope because I saw a video of my mom. You know, like my mom passed away in 2014, and I was looking at her Facebook, and it was like right, you know, when we started having video on our phones and whatnot, and she made a real quick video. It was like 9 seconds, but it was like, wow, like now we're in the evolution that we could do so much more. And we are every day on our Instagram, we're posting videos and we're posting content, and it's cool. But I just wanted to maybe motivate some people else to create a little bit of content, but with a little more substance. So when their loved ones are looking back at your stuff, you know, obviously there's other stuff that we could all laugh at and think is funny or cool and stuff, but it's like maybe every once in a while, give some gems for them. Because when you're no longer here, they're gonna really, really appreciate it.
I get it now a lot now.
Yeah.
I get that a lot, man.
Word.
I get more. I understand more what you like. Y'all been saying like with that specific area of the topic. Like just like try to I get that. I feel like I do that without trying, but like like you said, just be more conscious. Yeah. That's tough, bro. Like, I might have like a little nephew or like niece or just I don't know somebody that might need some of this game, even like this interview. I feel like it's mad.
This conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like we all do it as creators all the time. You know, like Nat, you do it on this podcast every single week without even thinking about it. You do it through your artwork. Like, but just imagine now being a little more intentional. It would just throw like even more a fire onto it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something.
Would that make it not organic if you like if you thinking about it too much while you like, let's say like right now, like wow, so like while you're doing an interview or something, like if you're getting interviewed or whatever the case may be, if like if you got that, is it not making you be natural? Because you might naturally drop gems throughout the process, right?
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I think it's a balance.
Totally.
I wouldn't want to feel like I'm overdoing it. Like, all right, now let me try to drop all these gems. Like, man, and take life easy, man. This joint hard, and it's like I'm trying too hard to like. I don't know. I'm with you though. No, and I feel like you got to take it into account. Yeah,
and I feel you too, because I'm all about being organic and not being so scripted. Y'all, you know that, like, and just being raw and real. But also, it's just in the back of your head, like every once in a while, maybe be like, yo, you know what? Today I'm gonna make a video to my kid about whatever. Like,
I'm with you, bro.
Like,
I'm with
whatever.
You. I'm
like,
with
just,
you. I'm with you.
I might not be able to have this explanation with them. Like, even right now,
I'm with you.
Like some kids are at that age, like if they're 13, 12, 11, they might not want to hear the conversations that you want to have with them at this point in your life, because they're 11 and 12 and 13 or whatever the case is, or they're 7, they're 6, they're 5, who knows? But you could be like, I bet I'm gonna have that conversation. You might not hear it right now, but I'm gonna go make a YouTube video about it and you're gonna hear it one day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm getting. But yeah, just something for creators to think about, or just people in general, even if you're not a creator. Like,
I'm happy.
It could be a journal. It could be whatever, you know?
I like that. I like it. Nah, I'm really, I like that one.
Word.
Never really thought, and now I think about it, so now I be feeling, I be watching a lot of like Nipsey Hussle, and obviously that's not like my family, but I be watching a lot of Nipsey Hussle, and it's like, I be like, damn, he left us with mad stuff in these interviews and all this stuff, or like whatever, Tupac, like mad people left us with so much, and I'm like, damn, like did they naturally just leave us with that? But nah, I think it was both. I think it's
a combination.
It's both. Like I was saying, they naturally are, and then I know they. I think it's both.
Yeah, it's a balance. You got to have that balance. Like, we all, like we said, we all do it already, but now it's just okay. Add a little more intention, and I think also in doing that, I think the content would just be fire, because it's like you know how everyone always talks about like what's your why. Like, it's almost like embracing that why.
I hear that shit on Clubhouse every day now.
What's they talk about that? Yeah.
I be thinking the YouTube rooms. I be like Clubhouse. I keep hearing why and pitch. Oh my god.
Those are the two words, right?
Yeah. Why?
But it's like it kind of brings that back around.
What's your mind? What's your why means why you do this? What's your why?
What's your why?
Only
That's like why you do this.
It's your motivation for whatever.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, why? Okay. What's your why? Who are you doing it for? Stuff like that. So I think when you know that and you embrace that in all of your work.
Yeah, they say that with YouTube a lot because you want to know like your target audience, so you can build that community and people actually stay with you throughout your YouTube journey. So they be like, what's your why? So you can know what you're doing it for, and you can know who you're targeting for your target audience and stuff. That's how people can really build a community on YouTube. And YouTube is more or less, so you can have a lot of subscribers or a lot of views, but if people are not watching the video and you're not getting the watch time, you could be getting, remember, once you click on it, it's a view, and you stay there for a little bit, it's a view. But if they're not watching it, they're not staying there, and it's because they're probably not interested. But that's why you got to know your target audience, so you could keep them there, and that's how you build that watch. Because that's what really get paid. The people that the people are watching all their videos. Like, imagine you getting all these views, and they're all watching it, and their analytic is like when they got a 70% audience retention rate or whatever, average view rate, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The watch time. Y'all into this. Yeah. Y'all know.
The watch time.
That's why they win, because people know what they coming there for, and the person that's giving it out know what they doing it for, and it's a you know what I mean? They meet together.
It's an exchange.
Exactly. It's an exchange. Mm-hmm. It's an exchange. Thank you. Definitely. It's an exchange.
So how did In the Loop TV get started? Tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, that's really what I was just home for a couple months, and I was just watching Drink Champs, and I was like, I want to do a podcast. And then I was begging DJ Fever Boss that's sitting right over here. I was like, bro, can you just please do the podcast with me, bro? I'm trying to do a podcast. You could play some music, do something, bro, please. And then we just did it one day in my friend's basement. He bought the laptop. We had a little music. Even when I look back at it now, like you hear the freezer, whatever it was, it's in the background, just playing. That shit is horrible. But it's like, all I had was my camera and like a little Rode mic that I put at the top of the camera. And I was like, yo, as long as I had like some director got paid, I was like, can you just record us talking? And I just want the visual. And then even one time I was trying to put it on SoundCloud. So like I converted video to whatever.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. To MP3,
yeah. And I fake put one of the episodes on SoundCloud. That's what I was saying. Like I be doing stuff. Like, I feel like I'm always just at least trying to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Before I make an excuse. Because I'm like, damn, I'm going to put this shit everywhere. And then I didn't really want to put my audio everywhere. I just wanted the visual. I just want people to go watch it. You know what I'm saying? So we did it. It was cool. That vid probably got 2,000 views now. We probably did it like 2019. So I wasn't even sure I was going to get 20 views. So that point, I'm appreciative of it. But that's how it started, really, just me watching Drink Champs. And I just want to have a vibe. Like, if we all just sitting here drinking, smoking, that's my vibe. I just want to feel free and drink and just smoke and talk. And just it would be some people like talking about something and then going to other deep topics. And I feel like every time I was there doing a podcast, I felt like I was free. And then after I leave the podcast, I'm like, damn, like, I feel like I'm out that element. Like, I'm not, I'm out. It's like I stepped out there. Like, I'm not there no more. I'm like, I always was wanting that shit. I was like, damn, I feel so good. And then that's when I started taking.
We call that, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, when you're in that zone, yo. But that's how it started, just watching Drink Champs. And I just wanted
So
to
when's
start
your
my
next
own.
episode?
We trying to do that real soon. We about to get a interface, like the Rodecaster Pro, whatever. We just about to get the equipment right for real to take it serious this time.
Set the date, man.
Yeah, we want to get these supplies.
Set the date. I'll let you know, man, if you need help.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. People tell them that with YouTube too. Like, boys, just start. I'm just trying to do it the right way this time. You know what I mean? I just want to do it the right. The first time that was test run. I was like, we just want to try. Now it's like, yo, we could do something with that.
All right, but what's the deadline?
Of when?
Today, what's today's date?
Today.
The 15th, February 15th.
I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna do a podcast. The
deadline.
We're gonna do a podcast in Miami in March then, for sure. We might do one. I want to get the Rodecaster Pro. I just want to get that thing first.
Okay.
That's it. If we could get that and then get the mics and then we got the buttons and everything, and we good.
So by April, there's going to be an episode up.
Nah, before that.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. What's the deadline?
Yeah.
April 1st?
You can do that at the deadline.
April 1st.
It's going to be way before that, though.
I'm going to hold you accountable
to March shit. I want to say March, we're going to have some episodes up, at least 1 or 2. I want to say March.
You want to say March what?
Yeah.
You got a day?
March blank.
You got a day?
March blank 2021.
Nah. We need a day. We got to hold each other accountable.
Nah, hold on. No day, because we don't want to lie on spot. But March.
See, he's like, I don't want to lie.
Yeah, I don't want to lie. March, though.
March 2021.
Exactly.
Right,
March blank 2021.
All right, March blank 20. All right, so that means that basically means April 1st. April 1st, it has to be out before.
Hell yeah.
All right.
We definitely gonna have, we working. Right now, we just...
Well, everyone that's listening to this podcast, hold him accountable, all right? Be in his DMs every day. Be like, we're waiting on the episode. We're waiting on the episode. We know April 1st is coming.
Yeah, right now, building the brand, though, man. We building the brand. We building we get some more eyes on us. He see me going crazy on Clubhouse.
This dude is sleep.
I'm hyped
He don't
now.
sleep.
I'm hyped now. When Joe come in the room, it's gonna hit way different now. I'm gonna be like, yo, we really do this in real. Like we like it's just different when you can link up and it's funny because I had him on Instagram before Clubhouse and I watched the Amber shit. I'm like, I watched some other stuff too that I seen you posted. I'm like, damn, bro, dope. I done told you. And I remember I had Zane. I got mad at y'all. I forgot how I got y'all. It could have been from Teddy. I remember I was Teddy, the women's and company, but I don't know. Either way, I'm just happy I got all of y'all. But we definitely going. When you come in the room now, it's gonna hit different.
Hell yeah,
Joe. I was like, we've been working. So
I can't wait for Nat to get on Clubhouse.
Yo, Nat, you know on Clubhouse?
They gotta open it up to Android.
Oh, snap.
Listen,
she's like, nah. She's like, nah.
All that shit. I have my iPad, but you said that it's only for iPhone.
Nah, iPad.
Right?
If you got an iPad, you get on Clubhouse.
For iPhone?
You can?
Yeah, you can get on Clubhouse on the iPad.
I'll just download it then.
Yeah, download Clubhouse right now. You got an invite phone?
Yeah. I got you.
You can do it on your iPad. People be on their iPad. People be on their phone, their iPad. I be on 2 phones.
Okay.
All type of crazy.
So I wonder if I probably have to email you the link. I probably have to email it because I know it goes by phone number. But
email it to me.
But not you tried to not be on social media, right?
But this is not so. This is not social
yeah.
media anymore. This is talking. She could be podcasting.
Yeah, it seems more like a
talking.
No, tell us that.
No, that's
my bad.
Well,
she's like, nah.
Yeah, no. Listen. Social media makes me sweat. Look, I'm sweating now thinking about it. I can't. I'm not good at that shit, man. But the weirdest thing is the irony is that me not being good at it is considered authentic and people like it. And I can make a post and I'm still loaded in my inbox. I'm still loaded in my DMs, So I'm like, I'm just going to take it for what it is.
That's how I feel about
sell this shit.
I'm happy she said that. 'Cause I just want to just real quick. I don't want to take it back to this, but I want to say,
please do.
I feel like that's how I feel about my work. It's like I'm not that good at it, but I'm authentic, and that's what's working for me.
Nah, your shit is dope.
I just
don't downplay.
I just feel like not like I'm
You're
not that.
Though.
I just feel like I keep it so real, and I try. I feel like my hunger and my passion just to learn is way more strong. Like it's not. I just feel like my dedication is what, and my authenticity. Like people just attach to me. Like people want to be next to me because they see like I be trying. Like. But I feel like I got so much ways to go. Not to downplay my stuff and say it's bad. It's just like I wouldn't be big-headed and be like, yo, it's my work. I know it's my personality. Like I know it's
Yeah.
not just my work. Like it's not just my work. I'm not doing stuff and get opportunities by work alone. It's not that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not. It's a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, I
both.
honestly think it truly for artists it is like that. Yeah, I agree. I think it is both. Like, you know, I talk to clients about this specific topic all the time where I hear people, and I'm sure maybe you've had clients too that have told you about maybe some bad experiences they've had with like videographers or photographers, you know. I think more so when dealing with like women and maybe them having bad experiences with men photographers or however that might have gone. Same situation with tattoo clients where, you know, I might be working with somebody and they're like, oh, this person, I went to them because their work was awesome. But then I met them and they just were an asshole. They didn't listen to me. They didn't this and that. And I'm like,
and they should probably dope
like
it in mind for me, but they not a good person or something. Yeah.
But they don't have the common sense to combine the emotion and the business and make something that's a little bit more deeper that I think that people desire is that wanting to be heard, you know what I'm saying, respected. And when you do that doesn't matter how good your work might be in the eye of the beholder. It doesn't matter. At that point, it becomes subjective because at the end of the day, if you're not going to put your all into that client who's paying you for the job, granted, the exception is if that client is an asshole, you don't work with them.
Yeah,
but you know, that's the exception. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not always right. You know, but when you have clients that come in with that, yeah, for real. I mean, shit. And maybe you have a good experience like that. It just cancels each other out or something like that. I don't fucking know, you know? But I mean, it's something that, you know, needs to be said because that thing right there will keep you in business because those same people that love you are going to keep spreading that word of mouth over and over and over and over again. And that's where the money is.
Yeah. And
where the money resides.
I want to say, because somebody even hit me yesterday, like, yo, somebody want to do a video and they say, yo, when somebody asked them who to do a video, the first person they thought of was me. And I know, not to downplay myself, I know it wasn't because I'm the best video guy. I know it was because, like, people want to support me because they know I am a good person, but it's like they probably just want to support me so bad that it's not like, I don't think my work is the reason why they referred me. It's what I want to say.
Yeah, and what y'all saying is so true because
that's how I feel,
and that's what I tell people all the time with their Instagrams. You know, a lot of times too in those clubhouse rooms, like I evaluate people's Instagrams and all that type of stuff, and it's like the people that are always going to win is always the people who are showcasing themselves and showcasing their personality and getting to know who they are because of that. People are going to want to work with you because they think you're a dope individual or because you're funny. Yeah. You seem like you got a good heart.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
No, but that's the real shit. Like, and I always relate it back to a lot of times people know of Cardi, people know Drake. That's how Cardi got popping. You know, Cardi got popping because her personality was just unique and funny. And they felt like, oh, this girl is saying the stuff that we think, but we're just not saying it. And that's how she you know,
that's why I love Cardi, because she even did that on the biggest stages of stages. She still stayed herself. So exactly, Cardi, man.
But that's why now she's able to be a huge megastar because she was herself in the strip club. She was being herself in the strip club, and everyone started talking about her. Like, yeah, she looks good and all that, and she was maybe talented being a dancer, but that didn't bring her fame. Her fame was her being her true, authentic self, being genuine. And being raw, unfiltered, whatever it was, she was who she was.
Just made you want to root for her.
Yeah. And then it got to a point where her audience was built. And then at that point, she was able to sell whatever she wanted to sell because people were going to support her because they were a supporter of her.
You know what I'm saying? She had a lot of trash music coming out prior to Bodak Yellow. Like, people was probably trying to root for her, but I feel like Bodak Yellow was such a fire song that everybody that wanted to root for Cardi, like, behind the scenes, jumped out the shit. Like, oh, yeah, I knew you had it in you, but they always want to root for her. That's how I be feeling like, yo, even when we all do stuff when it comes to art, I feel like everybody rooting for you got to get that big break. And a lot of people, unfortunately, started jumping out this shit, but they did believe in you before, but it's just... They was trying to figure, like, they ain't really know.
People gotta wait. People like to wait to see other hands go up. I want to see that or other supporters. And it's sad, but it's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? But you got to showcase who you really are in your work, because if not, people are not going to gravitate towards it. And people try to being so like perfect in their creations and, you know, all these different things. And it's like, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to feel like they're being sold to, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really it.
Yeah.
Can't be perfect. Well, I was trying to be perfect
Yeah.
when I started. Yeah.
1,000%. One of my quotes.
Yeah, for sure.
No, are you saying that?
Yeah, and then that leads me to this. No, I think that's correct. I mean, it has to do with the experience, the overall experience that the client is having, or that you're giving somebody, you know, that they're leaving with. It has to be memorable. But that what you were saying, you know, if you're saying, you know, if I was perfect, I wouldn't have never started. You know, what would you that makes me think of this? What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned in the time that you from you started up until this point? It could be anything. It could be, you know, networking lessons, or, you know, technical professional lessons, or maybe lessons regarding, you know, business and friend partnerships. I mean, anything. I'm just curious to see what kind of lessons that you might have.
Like lessons, I would just is for me and for I just basically know myself, and I would tell everybody in the world, but I know myself, like just lessons I learned not to spook yourself out before you start doing something. Like don't think 10 like if there's a timeline and it's 1 to 10 and you're not even on 1 yet, why are you thinking about 5 and 6 and 7? You're not even on 1 yet. Like it's a timeline of 10. Don't jump too far, because then you're gonna scare yourself out. And then you might not even do it. So that's the biggest lesson. Like I was like, damn, all right, how am I gonna edit the video? How am I gonna I used to say that, like, I don't know how to edit. I used to be like, how am I gonna like get the right setting on the camera? I don't know. Like, how am I gonna learn all these settings? Like, how am I gonna learn aperture and
You just gotta do it.
and all this and autofocuses and menu? How am I gonna menu focus it? Like, how am I gonna know like certain stuff?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like somebody that's trying to get a camera could never get the camera because they keep thinking about how they're gonna work the camera instead of buying the camera and just going with the process. Learning as you go, learn one thing a day. So what I would say, lesson I've learned from starting with or whatever I'm trying to do is just don't scare yourself out of nothing. Like before you even start. That's like I hate to say it in a rude way, but that's the dumbest thing to do.
No, it's not rude. I think it's real. I think that you know, hit the nail on the head with that one, because I absolutely agree with you. You think too far, you know, you really will. You'll scare yourself into never doing it because it's so overwhelming, you know.
You're gonna speed and crash. It's simple.
So overwhelming that there's so many steps that you can't even fathom how many steps that it would take for you to get there. But you just gotta start. You know, and I think that's wonderful. I think that's a great lesson.
That is powerful. And it really depends on a person, you know, because like for everybody, small steps will always equal great distances. You know, every single time, always small steps, always equal great distances. But at the same time, I am a firm believer that if you're that type of person that doesn't get overwhelmed about that type of stuff, if you don't, and you say, okay, that's not me, I could be whatever, then think big.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's kind of like a hot and cold type of thing. Like if you're that type of person that gets overwhelmed with things, then it's okay, piece by piece by piece, small steps, little by little. But then there's on the other end, I tell people, think big and then just reverse engineer. Like think super big.
No, I'm still telling them to think big. I want everybody to think big, but because people think big, but I'm talking more or less so about thinking on how you're gonna start. Like don't scare yourself out of starting before you start. People they're gonna think big first. They're gonna think big first, and then they're gonna I thought big, and now all right, how am I gonna do it now? And then, oh shit, I gotta do this, that. Now I'm spooked. Because we can all think big all day. Like it's easy to think big. I want to be a millionaire.
But are you gonna take those steps?
I want to be the best photographer. I want to be I could think the biggest right now. But when you gotta actually go figure out how to do that shit.
Yeah, it's like you got to start super, super small.
Or just start, because you could be like if I said the timeline was 1 to 10 and you on 0, right? You didn't start yet. It's before you spook yourself out and waste all that time thinking about how you can get to 10. You can start and you could probably be on 3 or 4 by now.
100%. And that's what you did. That's what you did with the podcast and everything. Is like
just my whole branding, my whole self, just how I feel personally. Like I don't ever care about views. I don't care who like my work. I just know how I feel about my work, and it's like shit keep me going and keep me alive. Like so I was like, I got to get to this shit, right? I feel mad good. I'm gonna feel way better. Can't wait for people boys to get up here and talk too, cause like it's like this shit is like, what is this shit? Therapy, right? Like
therapy without a degree.
Yeah, this shit really therapy, bro. Like this is no cap, bro. That's
what we need. We try to have, you know, people just to think bigger, you know, and just to see things from different angles, yo.
Yeah, that shit is fun.
And Nat, look at Nat rocking the official Therapy Without a Degree t-shirt. And then we got a little sneak peek of Mello.
Yeah, this was from our live show.
Where I get
Yeah,
that?
Mello,
Where I can order
Mello
that at?
will
We
come
got the
in
what?
and out.
Yeah, we got the website,
On the website.
therapywithouttadegree.com.
Okay, I'm gonna cop out. What's it like
Word.
GTA? Yeah, like the GTA.
A lot of people say that. It looks like the
Grand Theft
GTA.
Auto, like the font. I
It
believe.
does.
Yeah, the Grand
That's
Theft Auto
funny. I
font.
never realized that.
Yeah, Franklin from Grand Theft Auto was in my room on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I was in
Oh,
there.
yeah, you was in the
Yeah.
room, right? Oh, okay.
Awesome.
All right, bet.
Yeah, who is? Because I haven't played in years.
He's on GTA 5. That's the last GTA that came
the
out.
new one.
Yeah, so basically we've been waiting for 6 since forever because 5 came out in 2013 and 6 has still not come out. So he's on the last GTA basically. But that GTA has survived 3 consoles, P3, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and now the PlayStation 5. So Grand Theft Auto 5 has been living on since 2013. They still didn't, because Grand Theft Auto kind of drops like every 5-6
Every
years.
5-6 years.
Remember, they're always updating the game.
Yeah.
They're always doing like online updates, heists, new missions, new radio stations on the car.
Yeah.
So they never really got to like drop a new game. They just update missions and everything. But basically, he's one of the characters. It's Franklin, it's Michael, and it's Trevor. So Franklin is the black guy. And it's based on like his character is based on like his life in California, and that's where he is from and stuff. So I did know Franklin was real because I looked him up on YouTube prior to Clubhouse, all that shit. And I was watching, I was like, oh, this is really Franklin from GTA, really a real person. So
His voice sounded mad familiar.
yeah, it coming
When he
back
first
full
started
circle
talking.
in the Clubhouse room was just fucking crazy. I was like, yo, and he followed back on the gram. I was like, oh,
Right.
nah, I'm like, it's just fire. It's a fucking video game. I've been shot mad people with that guy. Y'all done did so much with him on the game. Like to talk to that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. That's like talking to one that like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, no, you never know, man.
That's
You
just,
gotta,
that's crazy.
you gotta put yourself in those
That shit
environments.
showed me that anything is possible. No cap. I never thought in life. I play that game from fucking PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation 5, but I done play that game so much from PlayStation 3 to 4. I said 2013, bro. I probably stopped playing games like that like last year or something. But I've been playing GTA for a long ass time, bro. I feel like I really met him on Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I mean, he was chopping it up, you know.
and he be coming back to the rooms.
Yeah, and he seemed mad humble too. He was cool, man.
That shit got me excited, man.
Shit, I haven't played GTA in probably since Vice City.
Oh, okay, that's classic though.
What was after Vice City?
I feel like it was like Vice City. Then I could be skipping, but like San Andreas.
No, which one was last? I know, because I've definitely played San Andreas.
San Andreas. The one that's last right now is 5.
But before that was
Some shit. I think 4.
I didn't play 4.
I think 4. Yeah.
It was like
I'm an inconsistent gamer type person too. Like I see like one guy, be like I gotta get this one. So I be taking years off and shit. Like I don't got P5 right now, so I'll probably get it soon. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to get that last one.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to get maybe for the studio we'll have to get a PS5. We'll see.
Where's Nat at? Like
Hey,
she's local.
she's close. Oh, okay.
I'm local. I'm in New Jersey too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bet.
Not
Yeah,
far.
she's usually here in the studio with us. This week she couldn't. We had to chill. We had with the flowers. You were with the flowers today.
It's usually you, Nat,
I wish.
and who?
And Zane.
And Zane. Okay.
And then we have a host as well in North Carolina. Yeah.
I be putting in work though, man. I be having episodes, bro. I don't watch some episodes. I don't watch for real. I'm like, bro, working like. That's why I made sure when you came in the club, I made sure to show you mad love. I'm like, yo,
thank you,
that's
man.
Joe. I'm like, that's my boy. I'm like, yo, that's why I love Clubhouse, bro.
Yeah.
I brought him up and I'm like, come up here with us.
The
Like,
connecting
that
and shit. Yeah, it was really
that shit
dope. Like,
beautiful.
shit, we've been doing this thing now for a minute, and I enjoy it. But I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Nat, you have anything else? What you
I
got? It look
guess
like you got something.
real quick.
Yeah,
real quick
no. Take your
before
time.
we
Whatever you
finish.
got.
Not nice. What about
All right. Well, I guess what he said could be used as advice too. But what advice would you give somebody that was, wanting to be a photographer, videographer, but didn't know even where to start?
Okay, yeah. Like, what are those like first steps that you would want to give them?
that want to be just basically go look up like different cameras, like just different cameras like Canon, Sony, Nikon, whatever. Like I know it's Maverick cameras, Panasonic. So just look up cameras, like just look up cameras and don't overwhelm yourself. For real. Like I know I keep saying that, but like just look up the camera and see, like start learning stuff slowly but surely, but slowly though. Slowly, depending on how much, but it depends. I like what Joe said, so I'm with Joe now. So depending on the type of learner you are, if you're a quick learner, okay, maybe you can speed. But if you're gonna spook yourself out, I just don't want nobody to spook themselves out. Because when I started hearing aperture, shutter speed, and white balance, and just all the crazy shit, I would be like, huh?
Yeah, that was.
Like, I just had to get the camera, turn it to this dial, and take pictures, get it wrong, go finally YouTube a video. What is this? And not what is it, but how do you use it in the best way? Like, you just gotta do your research every day. You gotta want to be great. Like the same way I found out how to get these mics and how to get this zoom and how you got to get that from that camera to whatever you said to make this thing work. You gotta just, you know what I mean? And shit, if I was thinking like, if somebody that's thinking too far ahead, they could spook themselves out instead of just going step by step. So what I would say is do your research on anything, right? Anything you're about to start, you gotta do some research on it. Be a student of the game.
Step one.
Student of the game.
Where do you go for a lot of your research?
Shit, YouTube and Google was our best friends.
Exactly. That's YouTube University, right?
YouTube How to Breathe. Like it's gonna show you how to breathe. Like for real. Some people, some people for real, anxiety is like a thing when you like conscious breathing. Like right now, we're all breathing naturally. Imagine thinking about your breathing, then you throw your breathing balances off and stuff. You hyperventilate, thinking you're not getting enough air, you're taking in too much air. I didn't really have anxiety thinking I couldn't breathe, and I was breathing through my chest and my mouth instead of your nose and your stomach. That's what you're supposed to breathe. But people think there's something, like I done had some real anxiety shit, but like it's like you can really Google whatever, how to breathe. Like Google and YouTube is right there. People be like, yo, I don't know how to do this. Yo, bro, we living in a time where you really got the information right there, bro. Yeah. Like even I catch myself sometime, I'm gonna ask people about some stupid shit that I could have Googled. For real. I really could have Googled it, bro.
Yeah.
It's right there. You could Google anything.
Information is no longer the problem. Now the problem is us.
Now how you about to apply that shit? What you gonna do? Because somebody could tell you, that's all we tell people don't care about telling people stuff no more. You could tell somebody the whole game, bro. They still don't use that shit.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, all right, thank you.
Shit.
Like they ask you for all the instructions, you get them used to.
It's crazy. You give people the blueprint.
Yeah, and they still don't do nothing.
You give them the blueprint.
Yo, that's so true. And that's why a lot of times, especially in Clubhouse and those rooms, I give the sauce because it's like, I know 1% of the persons are going to actually do it.
Yeah, somebody ain't listening, but it is somebody out there that is going to need that. That's why you still do your thing. No, of course. But, and it's like, but I always say it because for whoever that 1% is, I want y'all to take it and run with it and do whatever. And they gonna remember who told them that too.
Of course. Yeah.
For free.
But it's like at the same time, it's like, you're right. You can give someone a whole entire layout and they ain't going to pay attention. That's another thing to creators out there. Yeah, don't be afraid to give the sauce because,
you might as well.
A lot of times they're not going to apply it. And they'll maybe come back for more because they heard it, but they didn't really hear it. So they're going to come back for more to keep hearing it again. And you can get paid like that.
Yeah, that's why you want that one is 50-50. That's why you want to really put it out there because you know that a lot of people are not going to apply it. So it's like, hey, just put it out there. And then on the second flip coin is like, somebody really might apply that and they might go far with that, could go farther than you. And that's a beautiful thing because hopefully they remember who told them that and be like, man, you didn't even have to tell me that. And you never know, that joint could just come full circle and work in your favor. Not saying you consciously did it for that, but that's why you got to just be, sometimes you got to just show that love, man. Show that love. Don't hide nothing, man. I wish people would come to me. People do come to me sometimes, but I hope it's not nobody I feel like they can't come to me is what I meant to say. I'll get them the source because, man, you probably going farther than what I probably know the information to get you farther than, because I could have some information. I have it and I'm applying it, but I could really probably give it to you and you could probably take off with that joint, bro. And help us both.
And never be afraid though. So a lot of times I tell people like, if you have that, don't be afraid to just give it out there, even if someone doesn't ask.
Yes, don't hold forward information because that doesn't make you a good person.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Don't hide the source.
Yeah, or you don't have to wait until you're quote unquote perfect at it.
Yeah, they do that too. Wait till like you can't touch me.
Yeah, like
they wait till they are
like you wait until you at a certain
500,000. Like, oh, y'all gonna give me the sauce now.
Yeah, like no, we don't got time for that shit. Like, there's no such thing as perfect. Like, you don't have to. What level are you trying to get to before you feel like you're validated enough to help somebody out? If you learned it and you feel like it helped you, pass it on.
That's a good point though, because not to prolong, but that's a good point because I was thinking that sometime because I know stuff, but I'm not that far. So just to be fair, I don't be like always wanting to give advice all the time. Cause I'll be like, I ain't really do nothing yet. But to someone that didn't start yet, I did a lot.
1,000%. So it's like never be afraid. Because we're always going to be, if we're sitting there waiting, we're just going to be sitting there waiting. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, like whatever you learn, there's always going to be someone that's going to be beneath you. There's always going to be someone that's going to be ahead of you. Always. Every single person, every single time. So it's like, don't be afraid to add value.
Yep, absolutely.
Word.
Yeah, this shit fire. Yeah, that's real talk, man.
Nat, what you got going on for the next few days?
Oh, I have work. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping we don't have to close tomorrow because that's another load of reschedules. But otherwise, I'm going to be working all week. I'm already design prepped for tomorrow, so I don't have to make any designs. Yeah, I'm in emails. That's it.
Word.
So that's where my head is at. I've updated my website. I don't have to touch that for another 2 weeks,
Right.
So I'm doing good.
Word.
Gotta get you on Clubhouse.
Yes, we gotta get. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if Nat's gonna go on there.
I saw the email.
We'll see if Nat goes on. We'll see. I hope.
Check it
No
out.
pressure.
I promise.
No pressure.
He's like, no pressure.
No
But get on
pressure.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, no pressure.
Listen,
There's a
I'm sure I
jungle in
can
it.
find
Nah.
some good conversations that are. Yeah, Joe, you kind of mentioned that, right? That like some stuff is gets a little bit nuts and it's like off topic, and then other stuff is like real gems. I guess it depends where you're at. I mean, it's like YouTube, I guess.
Yeah,
You
you
go
go
down
down
the rabbit
wisely, and if you're in a room and it's going good, cool, rock out.
That's
in there.
right.
If you're in a room and it's not the vibe, just leave. You got to leave quietly. You'll see it when you get it, but leave quietly. You leave right out the room, and I'm out of there. Watch how you use your time on that app for sure. But if it's somewhere that's being respectful and it's cool, you're gonna be safe.
We gotta do a podcast on there sometime soon. We gotta do a whole full pod.
That should be fire.
Once you up, that means everybody will be on.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll try my best to get people in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whatever little power I got on that app, you know what I mean? I would definitely try to at least be there. Because when people see you in the room, they usually tend to pop in the room.
Word. I appreciate it. Yeah,
So,
that'd be dope.
I'm definitely.
We got to make it happen.
I'm with it for sure. Joe know I be on that shit. So
he be on it.
Yeah, they probably like, where the fuck am I right now? If I got a room, like, see my link, if I got like a room like 350 people, but we got like, it's mad mods in there. But yeah, I was like, no, I gotta get this work done. I gotta do this podcast.
Word. And speaking of websites, Jersey Media right now doing 30% off. All right, anyone who's listening to this, watching this, need a website. All right, stop selling everything on Cash App and Venmo and get yourself a damn website. All right, we're doing 30% off. All right. 30% off to get your website done. We'll make it happen. Products as well, up to 25 products. You guys already know. So hit me up in the DM if you guys are interested on that. Also, at the end of the show, we usually we do this little thing where we shout out something that you think is dope. Could be something that you think is slept on and not many people know about. Could be a TV show. Could be a small business. Could be whatever. Could be a food, music artist, whatever it is. Something that you think is slept on that the people should know about.
Could it be something deep?
Yeah.
It could be some deep shit.
Whatever you got, bro.
Hit
us.
I ain't care about none of that shit.
What you got?
Whatever.
Yeah, I feel like what's slept on is believing in yourself.
Oh, that's a gem.
I love that.
Yeah, I really just had to say that. I really didn't care about nothing else. Like I feel like believing in yourself is so slept on. It's like people better believe in themselves, man.
Yeah, you have to have word up. I agree.
Nat, what you got? Anything?
I appreciate y'all, man. This was pretty cool.
No problem.
Oh, it's awesome. We love to have the conversation. So we appreciate you coming all the way from. We have some family in the Bronx. So it's like I know it's not a long trek, but I know it's so different from there to over here in New Jersey.
Super worth it.
So it's awesome. Yeah, no, for sure. It's so worth it. I appreciate it.
Y'all about to get boss on with y'all?
Do you know what?
Okay.
What's up?
What happened?
No. He was asking something.
Yeah, go ahead, Nat. My bad.
No, it's all good. Do you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to Quelly Kush on YouTube. They've been going hard for like a year now, but every Sunday they do this episode called the New Black Atheist Experience. It's awesome. It's great conversations. Sometimes they go on for a couple hours, but I think, you know, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's an awesome YouTube. And especially for, you know, people who Kweli Kush, on YouTube. So if you're, you know, somebody who might be Latinx, might be a person of color, might be Black, and who's a non-believer, I think that these are some awesome resources to just, you know, get into the conversation and get a little bit comfortable with those
Trying
things.
to put that joint
So, yeah.
before I forget it. I could just try to put it before I forget it quickly, because I don't want to just hear this information and like.
How you spell it?
Kwei, and then
yeah.
Kush, Kush.
She said, say that again. I'm sorry.
Kweli Kush, Kweli Kush.
Oh yeah, okay.
And we are subscribing
Got him.
to In the Loop TV.
Word.
Kweli. Is it Kweli Kush? 14.8.
Yep.
Okay, got you.
Yep. And shout out to In the Loop TV for coming all the way over here to see us.
In the Loop TV, man. INDA Loop TV, man. We out here, man. We appreciate, you know what I mean, this whole podcast. I don't want to say, man, therapy without a degree. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I don't got a degree, but we on some therapy shit. Yes.
Yep.
Do it.
Yes, sir. Ski. Appreciate y'all, man, for sure.
No problem.
Shout out to Nat, man, with the flowers in the background.
Looking fly over there. Looking fly, just chilling.
Yeah, I love these flowers.
Virtual
I
flow.
love these flowers, yes.
I'm gonna give a shout out to, it's a show I've been watching, and y'all know I don't really watch TV, so for me to watch a show is really, really big. But it's called Undercover Billionaire. So Undercover Billionaire,
Grant Cardone.
yes, Cardone.
I know him because of Clubhouse. Well, I know he be. I know. I heard his name before, but just being in the room and getting to him speak different. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Grant. I've been following Grant for about 3-4 years now. I watch him every single day, and this show is really, really good. He's been killing this show. They basically just drop him off in the middle of nowhere in Colorado with $100 and a car, and he can't use his name or nothing, and he has to build a $1 million business in 90 days. And he did it during COVID.
That's on Netflix?
It's on it's on Discovery.
Discover the channel.
Yeah, Discovery Channel.
Nice.
Or you could download the app. It's only $5 a month.
Nah, because I barely watch TV. I might have to really watch that shit.
No, it's really good. It's a really good show. Just to see his methods, and as an entrepreneur, it helps you think bigger. Because that's his method. You know, his method is always 10x. You know, so it really just makes you look at things and be like, damn, like I could have just did it like that. You know, so it's really, really dope show. Like I said, Undercover Billionaire, check it out. Also, Zane, man, where you at? I Am Zane Magazine. Shaking my head. He goes, I gotta edit the script of Midnight Chaser.
Is he on Clubhouse?
Yeah, he's on Clubhouse. Okay. He don't be on there as much, but he be on. But Zane, man, Zane and Tay, where y'all at? Shaking my head. But it's all good. Till next time.
We'll tap it with them. Word.
So episode chapter 190. It was dope.
190.
Yes, this was 190.
Okay, I like that 190. Yes. I feel cool. 190.
190 fucking episodes.
I'll be putting in work, man.
Yes. But all right, people. Oh damn, Nat left the forest. She left.
I know. Oh my god, my background is so.
It's not used to it now.
That's so funny. It's short, isn't? It's my dinner in the background.
Episode 190. This is history right here. Episode 190.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. Where can they find you? Where can they subscribe? What do they gotta look for?
You know, Instagram. You could go to intheloop.tv. So that's INDA loop.tv on Instagram, and then my YouTube is In the Loop TV. So once again, INDA Loop TV.
There you go.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. And if anybody's not on Clubhouse, get on that ASAP.
Get on it.
ASAP. I'm doing good on there.
Hey, all right, y'all. It's been fun. Another episode.
Nat.
That's great. We out.
Joe.
Peace.
See y'all.
Yeah.